everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Anna from Actually Anna, and today, as you might have seen by the title, I'm gonna show you a makeup look inspired on how to look good on Zoom. So since we're all working from home and have a lot of Zoom events, I thought I would do a Zoom inspired makeup look to show you what tips and tricks I'd use to look good on Zoom basically. Spoiler alert, the first tip is good lighting. I have a ring light just behind my camera at the moment, and that's one major tip. Make sure to have lighting directly on your face, preferably natural lighting, but if you don't have natural lighting, a ring light is a perfect option to create a beautiful and natural light on your face. That doesn't have to be expensive because Amazon has a couple of very good ring lights. I'll link them all below, as well as all the products I use today. They're all in the description box below, so don't forget to check them out. And if you can't find a product, don't hesitate to send me an email or reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. Before I keep rambling, don't forget to hit that bell notification and that subscription button to subscribe to my channel. It would mean the world to me if you do, and you don't miss any future videos. As well as don't forget to check me out on Instagram, because a couple of days ago I posted a reel about 5 tips on how to look good on Zoom, and this makeup look is corresponding with that reel, so don't forget to check me out on Instagram as well. But without further ado, let's go into the video. So the first step is to create a glowing base, and I love to do this with the Pixi Vit C plus brightening perfector. This is just a white, it comes out as a white cream, but it has little particles in it. I hope you can see it. And when you spread it over your face, it just becomes a tinted day cream basically. The second step is to tackle any under eye bags, and I use the same, the product from the same range, the Pixi Vit C range, and this is the under eye brightener. So it's a bit of a peachy. Let me show you closer. It is a bit of a peachy color, but with some lightning reflecting particles in it. And I would use this on the inner corners of my eyes and then just dab it into that area. Just mainly in that inner part of your eye, because that's where you would like to lift the eye from being dark basically. So counteract the darkness. And to tackle those bags even more, a good concealer is a definite plus. This is one from Fenty Beauty. It's the Pro Filt'r Instant Retoucher Concealer in the shade 150. And I would just use this on the inner corner of my eyes, a bit on the forehead, around my nose and on my chin, and on any blemishes that I have. Let me grab my mirror so I can see that better. I have quite a couple of friends on my face. They are hormonal, so I can't do anything about them, but let's just try to cover them as best as we can with the concealer. And now I like to, I look a bit crazy, I know. Now I like to use my fingers to blend it out. So I just use a dabbing motion, just because I find that this way you don't disturb the product underneath, and the warmth of your finger blends the concealer out very beautifully. And when I try to blend out the concealer on my spots, then I just dab in one place and just don't blend it in too much, because then all the product is away and it doesn't conceal anything. So that's my little tip there. But a flawless and brightening base, like a glowy base, is definitely a plus for a Zoom call. Just because you want your face and your under eyes and everything to look awake, look bright, and I think, well, in my opinion, this is the way to get there. Or at least that's what I use. There we go. There was a lot of blending involved, as you can see, but I think taking the time to really blend your makeup is really like worth the investment of the time, because it just makes your makeup look much more natural and much more flawless, in my opinion. Now it's time to powder, and I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder, just because I find that grabbing my brush, also using the Charlotte Tilbury brush, because I find that this powder is so finely milled that it doesn't make you look cakey, and it just makes your makeup look very beautiful and very flawless. You probably will hear me say that a lot more times, flawless. And also it doesn't take away the glow from underneath. I think that's very important. So I just use a very light dust of product underneath my eyes, just where I just basically want to set my makeup, and basically where I used the concealer. For bronzer, I am going to use another Charlotte Tilbury product. I just find that the Charlotte Tilbury products look very natural on your face, not too overdone, because I think with a zoom call, because you working with like artificial, not lighting, but just via a screen, and it can look a lot, how do you say that? When I do my makeup on camera, I usually do a bit more, but when I do my makeup for Zoom, I usually do a bit less, because it just very quickly looks full on, and I don't want that. I don't want to look overdone on a Zoom call, so that's why I would usually do a bit less. Or with products that look more natural, for example, this Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow Duo. So I'm going to use the bronzer to just bronze up and shape my face a bit. And as you can see, I'm using a smaller brush than I used to, because I find that with a smaller brush I can place the product more like in specific areas on my face, whereas with a big brush, because I don't have a big face, the product went all over and the bronzer was everywhere. So I really like this brush for placing products a bit in more specific areas on my face. Now for blusher, I'm gonna use a very neutral Peachy blush. I think you've seen me using this loads and loads on my channel. This is the Milani bronzer in the shade Luminoso. I think it's a beautiful peachy one with a bit of a glow. Glow is the common theme throughout the products, and I use this on the apples of my cheeks to give a bit of a healthy blush, a healthy glow. But just don't overdo it on the blush, you guys, because a couple of times I went a bit overboard with the blush, and when I looked at myself in the Zoom screen, I looked like I had a bit of a red face. So don't overdo it on the blush, just do less. I think that's the main... I think I've overdone it right now as well. I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder. I think that's the main tip, just don't overdo it with products. And then last but not least, of course, the highlighter. And I'm using the highlighter from the Bronze and Glow Duo. There we go. And just because I find that this highlighter just looks very, very natural on the face. You don't look like a glitter ball, and I think the aim for a Zoom call is to look professional, awake, bright, glowy. So I think that's what we're aiming with this makeup look today. Now for brows, I just using the same brow combination. I'm using a brow pencil. This one is from Note, and I'm using a clear brow gel. So I'm just gonna fill in my brows. I'm gonna use my handheld mirror because otherwise it will be a mess. Like with all the steps I am talking about in this makeup tutorial, with brows, I just fill them in a bit in the beginning or start of the brow on the inside, because I feel like it frames my face a bit, but I just leave the tail what it is, and I just set it in place with my clear brow gel, because I feel like whenever you draw or fill in your brows too much, they'll get very, very bold on Zoom. And for the eyes, I'm basically curling my lashes, very important if you want to look awake, And using a mascara, I'm not going to use any eyeshadow, any bold eye looks, or any eyeliner. I just want to keep it very bare and very simple, just because on Zoom it looks a bit overdone very quickly in my opinion. And last but not least, the lips. I am using the Charlotte Tilbury Collagen Lip Bath in the shade Peachy Plump. Peachy Plump, that's it. This looks very scary, the tube, but it is very clear and very sheer. It just gives a bit of sheen and it just finishes the makeup look. And look at this applicator. I think that's so cute. It's like a heart-shaped applicator. Love it. So this is how I make myself presentable on Zoom. Of course, you don't have to use these specific products. They'll be linked all down below if you want to have a look at them. But they're just as inspiration for what kind of products you could use for your Zoom makeup look. I hope you love watching it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and give this video a thumbs up if you like this type of content, so I know what to make more of in terms of videos. And if you have any video requests, leave them down below as well. So yeah, with that said, I'll see you all next time. Bye!